Three former Fox News broadcasting company executives are really, really sorry about, helping create the monster known as Fox News. All right, so now in a blog post titled, "How Our Efforts to Bring Competition to Television Unknowingly Helped Create the Fox Disinformation Machine," Fox Broadcasting Company executives Preston Padden, Ken Solomon, and Bill Reyner had issued a formal apology for their part in the company's rise to success. So here's what they write. "For what little it may or may not be worth it at this point," it's worth nothing, Preston Padden, Ken Solomon, and Bill Reyner wish to express their deep disappointment for helping to give birth to Fox Broadcasting Company and Fox Television that came to include Fox News Channel. The channel that prominently includes news that, in the words of Sidney Powell's counsel, no reasonable person would believe. Yes.
In Venezuela.
Nobody would believe it. And that's true. No reasonable person would believe it, and that means that there's a lot of unreasonable people out there. Yikes. All right, so now, the executive stated that while they never had a part in the creation of Fox News specifically, they had greatly admired Rupert Murdoch and his vision, and had genuinely believed that the creation of a fourth competitive force in broadcast television was in the public interest. "We never envisioned and would not knowingly have enabled the disinformation machine that, in our opinion, Fox has become," they claimed, arguing that Fox News has had many negative impacts in our society. Yeah, let me stop there. You greatly admired Rupert Murdoch. Well, that was your first mistake. Look, the entire point of Fox News was to create a propaganda arm for the Republican Party. That's what Rupert Murdoch did, and he hired Roger Ailes to do it. That's it. When Roger Ailes was hired, they had one goal in mind: make a channel strictly to help the Republican Party. That's it. Not to do any sort of journalism, not even to do just, opinion based on the facts from a conservative perspective. No, just to do straight up propaganda for the right wing. That's it. And by the way, there's a conversation between Roger Ailes and one of his political lieutenants, John Moody. Here's what Ailes told him, quote, "One of the problems we have to work on here together when we start this network is that most journalists are liberals, and we've got to fight that." According to a former anchor, they had all outward appearances that it was just like any other newsroom, but you knew that the way to get ahead was to show your color, and that your color was red. Red state, that is. So very, very clear. It was like, oh yeah, you're gonna show your color red, but I don't mean communist. I mean like red state, the Republican red. Yeah, that's it. They even created a litmus test. This is according to Joe Peyronin, whom Ailes displaced as head of the network. Quote, "He was going to figure out who was a liberal or conservative when he came in and try to get rid of the liberals." So, yeah, that's what they are. Again, it doesn't matter if you're a journalist. It doesn't matter, your straight news reporting. It doesn't matter your qualifications. If you are not a conservative, you got to go. Done. Unless, of course, we can then use you to beat up on a minority or just to beat up on the left. We're going to hire you as a punching bag. So with that entire purpose in mind, are we surprised that they started promoting things that are not true in order to help their narrative? So what's been the big narrative, not just over the past couple of years since Trump, but actually beforehand? Voter fraud. I mean, look, voter fraud was always mainly used as a way to push policies that will disenfranchise black people from voting. And that's to give Republicans an edge in elections. And of course, pushing back against same-day registration, and now mail-in ballots, which they didn't used to have a problem with, Other things is, of course, they believe that there is this replacement theory. And again, this also goes back to before Donald Trump. They had talked about immigrant caravans. Oh, the immigrants are coming in. They're taking your jobs. They're taking your jobs. And they're voting Democrat. Don't forget that they're coming in, becoming citizens, taking your jobs, and voting Democrats, which is not true at all. But still, it is a way to, again, weaponize people against immigrants who, by the way, there are a lot of immigrants that actually come from conservative countries that would vote conservative. They don't understand that because, again, one of the Republican Party's, main ways of turning out votes for a very, very long time was also to run on the racist Southern strategy. So that's to appeal to aggrieved white men for their votes by fear-mongering about racial minorities. By the way, Roger Ailes is one of the, people like credited with the Willie Horton ad. It was a massively racist ad that was shown, I believe, in the '88 election. It's an incredibly racist ad. That was Roger Ailes. That was Fox News. Well, before Fox News was created, because it was started in 1996. But it led to him creating Fox News with that kind of thing in mind. The Willie Horton ad. All these different things that they did to try to, again, push conservative, ideologies and to be able to allow for Republicans to win elections. That's the whole point. That's the whole point. Okay, so now anyway, let's see. Now, they didn't just push voter fraud. Okay, they also pushed the big lie. And that was, again, after, Trump had lost. And actually even going up to the election, they had pushed this, they're going to steal the election. It's voter fraud, voter fraud, voter fraud. We're going to see all this voter fraud. It's going to be a red mirage, watch out for that. That means that they're stealing the election. The three men cited Fox News' role in promoting that as well as its role in contributing to the January 6th riot at the U.S. Capitol that undermined our democracy as just a few of the issues which were troubling them in recent years. We're kind of troubled by this thing that we helped create. This Frankenstein's monster that kind of got away from us a little bit there. Did it just flatten the town? Oops, our bad. Sorry about that. Now, they also claimed that Murdoch had made it very clear to Preston that he understood that the 2020 election had not been stolen, despite claims to the contrary from some of Fox News' personalities. I talked about that. We saw all the different text messages during the Dominion lawsuit, the text messages and the messages, again, from Murdoch, but also from hosts like Tucker Carlson, who absolutely, Sean Hannity, were like, no, we don't believe in this nonsense, this Democrats stealing the election. No, it's nonsense. It's not real. There's no evidence of that. But then when they go on there, they're like, no, absolutely, they're voting for to steal the election. What if they're going to steal the election? Gotta be careful. Democrats, they're doing voter fraud. Now, the Post concluded by expressing resentment that the reputation of the Fox brand we helped to build has been ruined by false news. And Preston Padden had previously condemned Fox News in a 2021 article for the Daily Beast, saying he owes himself a better legacy than a news channel that no reasonable person would believe, who wrote Padden, who claimed that Fox News had been transformed from a truthful center-right news network to a bile-filled network. Bile-filled. Now look, again, it really just sounds to me like, oops, the monster that we created ran loose and destroyed a whole bunch of things, and almost destroyed our country. Oops, we feel bad. Well, I'm sorry, but, it's a little late for apologies when you have profited off, your position for years. as it broke our parents' and grandparents' brains and shredded democracy and discourse. I think it's going to take a little bit more than just a little bit of a, tiny little apology to make up for the damage that Fox News has done to this country. But I doubt we are going to get any more than just, oops, our bad.